All right, hi everybody. We have Josh Hendricks here today, the Director of Business Development and Domestic Productions, CB Science makers of Plus CBD hemp-derived CBD oil.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're honored to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming in. He's a Kentucky hemp farmer, and he has his own podcast called Hemp Happy Hour. Did I say it right?
Yeah, the Hemp Happy Hour.
All right, great. And he's in town today. He's going to do a live lecture tonight at the Mustard Seed in Montrose, 3885 West Market Street, Akron, from 6 to 7:30. So if anybody is down that way in Akron, don't miss it. I would highly suggest you going to listen to Josh tonight. And he also, you do a live podcast, and that's every Tuesday from
It airs live. Sometimes I record it because I'm on the road. Like this week, I recorded my show Friday. But yeah, the Hemp Happy Hour airs live every Tuesday from 4 to 5 Eastern on LexingtonCommunityRadio.org. There's also an app if you want to stream it, online live, and then it usually goes into iTunes and SoundCloud, Google Play, and all that stuff on Thursdays as a podcast version. So we cut the commercials out and stuff. But yeah, today's show is really cool. It's the director of Straws, the documentary about plastic waste.
Oh.
And she directed a hemp documentary about building hemp houses. And this is her latest foray into the documentary world, but it's really cool. It's something that, as the show is doing, we're trying to do no straws 2018, or at least make our best effort of not using plastic straws because they're terrible for the environment. But.
Very nice. Well, all right. Well, since you're here today, we have so much interest in the CBD oil. We have a lot of people ask questions. They're very interested. It's a wonderful product that a lot of people are really learning about. So I'm just going to leave it up to you to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, I think and you're seeing this firsthand here in the store. I think what we're seeing is.
I didn't know my phone can ring, Ryan. I'm sorry about that.
What you're seeing though here in the stores firsthand, and what we're learning from the stores that we're in about 15, going on 1,600 health food stores across the country, and natural product stores across the country, and what you're seeing is people coming into this store that would have never walked in here before because they heard that you had CBD, because they're hearing about CBD, they're educating themselves, their neighbors telling them about it, their cousin, their aunt, their uncle, whoever it is that's sharing all the positive things that are happening with hemp-derived CBD oil. So they're coming into the stores, creating a new line of customers, and really creating this whole new category, hemp for your health, that we're seeing is, not only the category being the hottest category to ever come into the natural products industry, but Plus CBD oil, our product, is the hottest natural product in the history of natural products right now. We're only in 15 to 1,600 of the independent health food stores, yet we're number 3 in all supplement sales and independent retailers. So, you do the math on that and you start to think, oh my gosh, this is going to be the hottest thing ever. And there's a couple reasons behind that. The fact that we put CBD on the label, that's what people are looking for, that's what they know. The fact that it's easy to tell how many milligrams of CBD you're getting. And the fact that this is a full plant complex. This is, from a legal hemp crop. This is legally processed, legally formulated, legally distributed, etc. And there is a lot of confusion right now. And so that confusion is causing a positive disruption, which in turn allows us to educate, and our brand is getting out there in the news and on the radio and all the newspaper articles and stuff, which is great because there's no bad publicity, right? And it starts that conversation. So you start to educate people about the benefits of hemp, the legality of hemp. All of a sudden you've created this whole other marketplace for people like my mom that would have never consumed medical or recreational cannabis, right? They don't.
Right.
My mom's scared to death to get high, but now she's taking CBD every day, and she's down to one prescription medication as opposed to the 7 she was on a year and a half ago. So, we're seeing all kinds of benefits, and everybody wants to know, what do I take it for? How much do I take? And nobody knows. Everyone has an endocannabinoid system, and everyone's different. Everyone's endocannabinoid system's different, just like your DNA is different. So, the theory is that whether we're born with a fresh endocannabinoid system or not, we know that we've been deficient in cannabinoids for over 70 years. And your body produces endocannabinoids, endogenous cannabinoids. Plants like hemp and cannabis produce phytocannabinoids. And so by not ever taking phytocannabinoids, for 32 years, I've been exposed to toxins, and I've eaten unhealthy, and I've drank alcohol, and I've taken prescription drugs and over-the-counter medications, and all these things that have riddled my body and taken my endocannabinoid system out of balance. So it's kind of like a seesaw. If it's out of balance this way, you can have all kinds of problems, either mental or psychological, neurological, etc. Or if it's out of balance this way, and I'm just using this as an example, you can have inflammatory issues, which can cause immune system and respiratory, all kinds of different issues. We know the endocannabinoid system is the kind of the puppet master of all the other systems. And so when it's out of balance, one problem leads to another. And a lot of times what we've done as a society is, my problem here, I get a prescription medication that fixes this problem but causes this problem. Then I take another medication to fix this problem, which causes this problem, and it just moves on down to where we're on, like my mom, 6 or 7 medications. And so this is reversing the deficiency in cannabinoids that we've had as humans or as United States citizens for over 70 years, and hopefully bringing us back to what we're all looking for, and that's homeostasis. When we've achieved homeostasis, our body can heal itself. We don't need medications and things, antibiotics and things to fix it. We're naturally, it's naturally fixing itself. So getting people to think like that, getting them to understand that has been quite the task. But I think we're moving in the right direction. Stores like yourself are now carrying these products and making them available to the community, just like here, getting people to understand it, and we're seeing all these benefits. So people say, how much should I take? What should I take it for? And the best quote I ever heard, I was in a store like this, and the owner said, take it home and try it and come back and tell me what it did. Because it works differently for everybody. Different amounts help people sleep or help people, have more energy, or like I said, as alternatives to prescription drugs and things like that. But it's 2018. People can do their own research. They can go to pubmed.gov, read published medical journals about cannabidiol and whatever issues they may be having. People can take this as a preventative or protective type supplement. Our green sprays that I have here, a lot of my friends, I'm 32, but I'm not married or with kids, but most of my friends are, and they have young ones running around, and the moms seem to really like this spray for some of those crazy hectic days, or the gold balm from their shoulders and necks being sore from lugging the baby stroller, the car seat around and all that stuff. And so all the way from that to our raw formula, which people that CrossFit twice a day or are extreme mountain climbers, really active people are taking that for workout type inflammation and below the neck type stuff, this stress, anxiety, and all the below the neck type stuff. And then we have our gold level, which really gets into more of a concentrated form of CBD, more for pain management, those types of things that what people are probably coming into your store asking most for. Right. Now, what I'm trying to do is get people to really understand that CBD plus CBD oil is worth a try. So we have our titration chart we use where you 2 weeks with this exact bottle, trying different amounts of sprays twice a day, and so essentially getting different doses of CBD. You're trying to find out what's going to make you feel the best, what's going to give you that balance. And so maybe Wednesday of the first week was the best you felt all week, and maybe by the end of the next week when you're taking a higher dose, you're starting to experience some of the negative effects, which the only negative effects we found would be somnolence, which is, you just ate turkey dinner, it's hard to keep your eyes open, you need to take a nap, or, there has been a couple episodes of nausea or anything. But the important thing is, we've sold over 1 million bottles of this stuff, and we've never had one serious adverse event. So no hospital visits, no 911 calls or doctor's calls, nothing traumatic enough to justify anything seriously adverse. So, we're pretty proud of our product. We think it's really changing the way people are looking at holistic and natural health. And people are now changing their health journeys because of this, and because of hemp foods and hemp seed oils and all that stuff. So I think, if there's anything that I can say, it's that now and going forward, hemp and hemp for your health and hemp products, food and or supplement related, is going to be its own category, probably the most exciting one we've ever seen in the natural products industry.
Well, that's great. That's a lot of great information. And
you can tell I do this a lot, right?
yes, you're very good at it. Yeah, you know, what I like about the Plus CBD also is that, you know, you guys, if I have a question, I can reach you, you know, and call you, and you support your product. So that's
and I think,
nice.
you know, a couple good things about this is the product delivers on the promise. And the promise is everyone wants to feel better, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 9 times out of 10, occasionally someone says, I don't need it, my endocannabinoid system's great. But most of the times, even the smallest dose or maybe the largest dose, everybody can say, oh yeah, it definitely gave me this, or helped me with this, more energy, better sleep. You know, like Dr. Lewis would say, who's on our medical advisory board, he said, if I could give you this product and, you know, 5 sprays a day or a soft gel every day or whatever would improve your quality of life 10, 15, 20%, would you take it? Of course you would, right? And if it's, you know, $1.50 a day or whatever worth of material, it's a coffee or a bottle of water or whatever, would you take that? Well, of course. And he said, how do I get more people to understand that and think that way? And he named off about 12 prescription drugs. And he said, if you're taking any of these things and you could take this instead, you should take this instead. This is natural. This isn't doing anything harmful to your body. It's not causing other problems, and there's no serious adverse effects to it. It's worth a shot. So getting people to try it, getting people to understand it is the hardest part, but it's the most fun too. You know, I say all the time, I'm one of the few lucky people that wake up every day excited about going to work, because I'm either coming to talk to people like you and educating and getting more people interested in thinking about this, or I'm causing disruption in states where they're trying to question the legality of this and all this stuff. And it's a positive disruption, so I have no qualms about going into states and fighting for hemp extracts and all hemp products for that matter. So yeah.
Well, we've had a lot of people very excited that we're carrying it, and I have some people that come pretty far, you know, to come and get it, and they've seen great results.
Right.
So, you know, nothing makes us happier as a store, you know, because we're independently owned store. We've been around for almost 40 years, and you know, and we pride ourselves in trying to help people, and you know, carrying products that really work and that help.
Yeah, and that's what I think is cool about this is, you know, you're getting people coming into your store that normally wouldn't have come in here.
Right.
And now, because this product delivers on the promise, now they trust you. Now they believe in you. Now you've changed their life. Like, I mean, my mom would say CBD has changed her life. That's not a joke. I mean, tons of my friends, tons of people I've met at shows and in stores when I'm going around the country have said this saved my life or this changed my life. I can't tell you how much my quality of life has improved. I can't tell you how much more energy I have, more effective I am at work, all these different things that they're telling me, no matter whether they were healthy to begin with or unhealthy to begin with, there's positive effects. And so because of that, those people are probably going to come back in. They're going to ask you about turmeric and fish oil and all these other wonderful natural supplements that we need to be encouraging everyone to use instead of synthetic or unnatural products that we're living with in the world today.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, no, I think it's, like I said, this is the most exciting, hottest natural product in the history of natural products, and people like you are on the bleeding edge of this opportunity to, you know, to create change. I mean, that's everyone wants to affect change, and how you go about that is different for everybody. For me, it was helping get the hemp industry started in Kentucky, and helping get the actual ground up stuff going, the farming. I mean, I've grown hemp on my farm the past 3 years, and you know, I've seen the issues that come with processing and formulating and all the steps along the way, and we've got the DEA and the FDA and all these people that we're trying to figure out, you know, where do we fit in, how do we fit in, and I always, you know, compare it to Uber, and I, you know, always go around saying no one's going to give you a permission slip to change the world, right? When you have a good idea and you think the world's ready for your invention, you just lay it out there and see where it goes. Uber and Airbnb didn't go around the country asking for permission to do ride shares from the Transportation Authority, or to do room rentals and house rentals from the hospitality board or the hotel, you know, commission. They just went and did it. Now the government's having to figure out how to regulate that, and that's okay. We live in a regulated world, but just like that, you're seeing, I mean, yeah, I mentioned we're in 1,500 plus stores. There's other brands that are in stores as well, and getting them to understand that this isn't going anywhere. This is going to be regulated, but it's already there. I mean, I work in DC a lot with congressmen and senators, and you know, they're not approving hemp because of CBD. They're approving hemp for the farmer and for the possible potential processing that'll go along with that. But they understand that this is what's driving the market right now. So this is going to be available for years and years to come. There'll be little bumps and hurdles, just like when alcohol prohibition ended. There was thousands of different liquor laws depending on your town and your county and your state. There'll be smaller versions of that. With this, marijuana will be very similar to that. But with hemp, really changing the stigma. I mean, you go to the Netherlands or you go to China, and they know what marijuana is and they know what hemp is, and they would laugh at you if you confuse the two, because they see them as ag and recreational, or ag and a smaller alcohol recreational type market. They see this as soy and corn and canaf and all of these other crops that we grow thousands and millions of acres of, and so the U.S. just needs to catch up on that.
Right. Well, very interesting.
Yeah. Anything else? Did I cover everything?
I think you did. Yeah, I absolutely think you did. It was a pleasure having you here today.
Yeah, happy to be here. I feel like Coach Cal sometimes. I'm from Kentucky, so we're big basketball fans, and if you're a Kentucky fan and you follow it, you know that Coach Cal just says the same things over and over in different ways.
Yes.
And I feel like that. I feel like I've got some coach speak, if you will, that I just refurbish and regurgitate here and there for different interviews. So yeah, it comes easy to me. But.
Right. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, I think this is a great thing, and don't forget, you guys can find it here at Caitos Nutrition. We're very proud and happy to have your products in our store.
Yeah, and check out the lecture tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely. He'll be in Akron, 3885 West Market Street, Akron, Ohio, from 6 to 7:30.
Mm-hmm. I'll answer any questions. I'll do a presentation there, and then if you're listening, LexingtonCommunityRadio.org 4 to 5 today, or every Thursday a new episode.